Hello, this is Mark Porter for Kinesiology 274. Today we're going to analyze the skilled versus unskilled performance of a pull-up, and we're going to go ahead and look at some of the common mistakes that people make when performing this exercise, and then go ahead and demonstrate also the proper form and technique for working through this exercise motion. And I'm going to go ahead and show these exercise demonstrations now, and we're going to switch to voiceover mode.
So as you can see here in this first attempt, we're experiencing momentum and lack of control during the concentric phase. We're kind of relying on swinging to get us up and over the bar. It's also limiting our full range of motion. Here we're experiencing extension at the neck and rounding of the shoulders, as well as the elbow flexion taking place in the sagittal plane rather than the frontal. This makes us rely on our biceps brachii prime mover rather than the latissimus dorsi like we want for the frontal grip pull-up. We're also experiencing rounding of the shoulders, putting them into protraction due to lack of scapula engagement, and the elevated shoulders rather than depressed also causes us to rely on our biceps brachii rather than our latissimus dorsi to pull ourselves up into the concentric phase and safely lower us down in the eccentric phase.
So you'll notice right away that for the skilled attempt of the pull-up, our grips are slightly wider than shoulder width apart. We are taking the time to engage our scapula, so our scapula is retracted and depressed before we move up under a controlled motion. We're also not extending at the neck up over the top of this movement pattern, at the top of the concentric contraction. We're also lowering the eccentric phase a lot more under control. So we're having greater time under contraction and also utilizing the latissimus dorsi as our agonist muscle group rather than our biceps brachii by maintaining this movement in the frontal plane rather than the sagittal plane.
So as you can see here in these last two attempts, I did get a little bit tired and I ended up going into slight extension at the neck and slightly rounding at the shoulders as I was trying to recruit a little more bicep strength to get me over the last push. I would suggest just if you're tired, just go ahead and call it a day, and you don't need to potentially injure yourself by performing any of these unskilled maneuvers for the pull-up. Thank you.